About 10 years ago, I started getting very heavy periods, which didn't feel right to me. They'd been normally manageable. And I'd used Tampax and sanitary towels and seemed to be changing them every hour. I was getting very tired. I went to have some blood tests and they said my iron levels were very low. They put me on some iron pills, but I wanted to go and have a checkup at the gynecologist as well, and he diagnosed fibroids. When I was diagnosed, I just wanted to do something as quickly as possible. I couldn't lead a normal life. I was worried when I went round to friends if they had a light sweet sitting on it. I was worried I might flood through. Once on a plane journey, I felt like I was flooding through the seat, and I was just terribly panicky, thinking, how am I going to get through the airport? You know, if I'm pouring with blood. Anyway, the air hostesses were very nice, and they went into first class and gave me a pair of the pyjama bottoms, which I wore for the rest of the journey, but I was very on edge. It was just very depressing, very depressing. It just made my life very difficult, just on edge the whole time. My fibroid was pretty large and it needed to be dealt with. My gynecologist suggested I take a pill to reduce the bleeding, but that didn't last very long for me. He then suggested I had an endometrial ablation and would fit a Mirena coil, or I could have a hysterectomy, and I didn't feel my symptoms were severe enough, and I didn't feel old enough to have a hysterectomy. It seemed far too severe. Didn't want to go through that. He fitted the first Mirena after the endometrial ablation, but the periods returned after 1.5 years. So he then did the procedure again and fitted a new coil, Mirena coil, and since then I haven't had any periods at all and no bleeding, so very happy. I would suggest that if anyone's bleeding like I was, that they get straight away to their doctor or gynecologist and just see what treatments are available so they can get on with their lives.